This is the Simpli Sisters podcast. Girl, get in here, settle down, settle in, take up space and breathe. Come in this safe space where we believe in the power of sisterhood. We encourage truth and dialogue that promotes peace, clarity, and freedom. Join us here for conversations for the soul because there is so much to talk about.
Welcome to Simpli Sisters podcast. I am Coach Gayl Benson.
And I am Simpli Tammy.
Welcome. Thank you for coming back to sit and gather with us today for more conversations for the soul. Today's discussion is going to be about why mindset matters. I know y'all have heard this before. I know we think we got it down, Pat, but it's worth it to sit here and listen to something new. We're going to dig down deep and have a conversation for the soul about why our mindset matters. So let's dig in, and I'm going to go over to my sister here, Simpli.
Well, basically, we use our minds. It's about how we perceive things, how we respond to things, and how we interact with people. And, oh boy, we do not do this the same. We're not taught to do this the same. And our mindset affects our daily lives. Some people know how to do this correctly. Some people think they know how to do this correctly. Some people's preservation is off, and they perceive things to be one thing and it's another. Which means that we're not going to get into insecurity right now.
Right.
Interactions with people may lead us to misunderstand our positioning in people's lives.
And I'm going to ask you, Tam, for being willing to ask for help and be willing to learn something different so you can do something different. And that will also guide a change in how we see the world, how we function, and perceive people, how we deal with life, and how we deal with people. We have to be open and have a mindset to that. We don't know everything. There may be some ingrained things in there that we haven't said out loud, that we don't even want to admit to, that we may need to open up about and reframe how we see that thing and how we get out of it. How do we move ourselves away from it so our perception of the world and people can change?
Well, Gayl, that's true. But some people cannot get out of who they are. That has been ingrained in them. And so their perception of the world and how they should act and be in the world is that of dominance, control. And we see that right now in our country. I'll leave it at that. There are some people who are willing to change their mindset to make things better for the people around them and the people in their lives. There's some people who just don't know, they just wrong.
They got it wrong.
And they need to get their lives together. And I get in trouble for saying that when I'm out speaking, but I'm going to say it, you need to get your lives together.
I want to say something. How you
Go ahead.
Quit faking. Simply said, quit faking. Because sometimes we fake it, act like we got it all figured out, and we don't. Nobody does. We know some things, but we don't know all things. So quit faking. I'm going to say it for her. Quit faking. You have to open up so that you can massage your mindset for new things.
True. There are people walking this earth, and when you see them, they have done great things. But when you are able to get closer to them, you know that some of the presentation is facade. And you sometimes when you see that, you don't always know what's behind it.
Oh, yeah, because they took the costume off.
Yeah, you don't always know what's behind it. So what sets in is then judgment. Mindset, if you draw a circle and you put mindset in there, you just start drawing lines and putting words to this mindset, because mindset confusion, mindset judgment, mindset narcissist, mindset, it just goes on and on and on. And some people's mindsets as they move through life, and some of these people are raising children,
running businesses.
Some of these people are teaching other people how to be.
I was just thinking about, I'm sorry, Tom, I was thinking about when you was talking about the tentacles that's attached to mindset. And it made me think about, and I know my kids be tired of me saying this, it makes me think about Pinocchio. You know, the puppet with all the strings. Your mind is is the master of how you move in the world, how you function with people, how you talk to yourself, and how you see yourself. And if you start cutting those strings, what part of Pinocchio gonna move? When you start cutting away some of that mindset, how much of yourself can you function without those strings? Like I tell my kids, Pinocchio had, hey, all he wanted to do was be a real boy. That's the way, and I tell my kids, you know, my youngest in college, want to get out here. In her mind, she has it all figured out. Now realizing that life has been made very easy for her. But when they get out that dorm and they want to jump in and go get in an apartment, yes, Spooky, I'm telling your business. You know, their mindset is still of dorm life because that's what they've been exposed to. Their mindset, it's all figured out because they're used to being roommates in the dorm.
Right.
You talk about getting out here in the real world with a lease, with 4 people.
Right.
This is no longer the dorm, but that's what you all have been exposed to.
Right.
So now you can go out here and be a real girl with real contracts.
That's lack and limitation,
Right.
which means they have the lack of knowledge.
There you go. Making real decisions with the lack of knowledge and experience.
Then now they're limiting themselves in a situation that they don't have to.
They don't have to, because I said you better stay in that dorm. You better stay in that dorm, because one of them 4 don't pay that rent. You still got to move. Baby, when you don't have the wherewithal to look at yourself and how you can grow or do something differently. But like Tammy said, there are people in this world that really thinks they have the world and everything figured out. And the movements are muddy. There are muddy foot and dirty footsteps wherever they go. You know they've been in such a place because you see the dirty footsteps behind them. And what I would say to that, as far as your mindset, is you got to protect that mindful space, that mental space. Because once you be careful who you following. Be careful who you are listening to, because people will jump out here, howdy doody you all day long, show up on social media like they got it all together. And when that camera turn off, right, you wouldn't be in the same room with that person if they paid you to. So be careful of who you are following. I would say, as far as mindset, your first exercise is to examine yourself as to your why. Like, what is your why? How do you connect to your mindset to drive you through your why? When things don't work out, why do you keep going? When you face a challenge, what is your why? Because your why keeps you going through when you hear no. Why keeps you going when you cry about it? What is your why? And how is your mindset going to drive you to have the fuel to keep pushing forward?
And so that leads me to think about problem solving. Problem solving. And everyone has their way of problem solving, and some are good at it.
And some of them live in the problem.
The ability to filter through a thing, a situation, and the action and the verbiage they use to get through it is wrong. The lack of knowledge, and people go through life like that. And I hate to use it, ignorance.
Yeah, that's what it is. Ignorance is not bliss.
And it's scary.
Yeah.
And we wonder why our children are growing up the way they are. We're wondering why things have changed in our society, and we all do it. We all go, what is wrong with that child? What is wrong with that person? Why are they doing this and then? Look at him, look at her. This topic runs so deep. And then let me just tell you this. You're married. Your spouse has a mindset. You have a mindset. Do y'all always agree? Nope. Do you all always problem solve right? Nope. So what do you think is happening when you both step out of your own home and you're dealing with other people? Same thing on your job. You're working with 40 different other people. In my office, it's like 56 people. I guess, I don't know.
I don't move around. I just go to my respective place and mind my business, child. It's a lot of people in there. A lot.
But you listen to the perspectives on things and you watch how people interact and what they do. I think we have 4 supervisors in our office, and I think there's like 6 other people that think they're in charge. So you have to think about your space, place, your mindset, and where you are, your ability, your capability. And then nobody promoted you to be more than you.
And who are you? It starts right there. Who are you? And there are some people who don't feel validated unless they feel like they have a title or they're in a certain space or they can say a certain thing about what they've accomplished or what they've acquired.
Yes.
You know, you could have so many material items, you know, but when it comes down to your mindset and who you are, who your spirit is, and the energy that you exude when you're around people,
Right.
because people will always remember how you made them feel when you come around. So you could leave in your $100,000 car and go home to a $700,000 home, but people can't wait for your tail to leave. So in our minds, we have to be important to ourselves. Leave the external validation, exactly that, outside. Again, get away from the noise because I'm telling you, your mindset is the master. It runs everything. And the most important conversation, and you all who know me have been in my programs, say it with me now. The most important conversation you will have throughout the day is the ones you have with yourself up here. They run your life. Those are the tentacles that jerk your decisions, feed into fear, settle into anxieties. Trust me, I know I've had to grow through those processes. I'm not just talking to be talking. I'm telling you about things I've had to grow through and still growing through. You know, we are always learning. But how do you protect your mental space so that your mindset matters and how you maneuver through life and how you reach those pivotal moments and monumental moments that you see for yourself? We'll talk about it when we come back.
Hey, sis. Sister. You're the one. Sister. The one I call you are. Sister. No matter when life takes us through, 'cause you're always gonna be my simply sister.
So welcome back, and we were speaking about mindset and comparisons and how comparisons lead to insecurities in people. And insecurities is really a mindset thing.
Especially today in all this social media.
Yeah. Insecurities lead people to not perform or to perform. Insecurities lead people to react, not react. Insecurities lead people to death. You know, there are some people who have committed suicide because of insecurities. There are some people who have lost out on opportunities because of insecurities. Insecurity is some type of fear.
Yes.
And see, the mind is, and I hate to say, it is a terrible thing to waste.
It's a terrible thing to waste.
And it can hurt us.
Absolutely.
It can hurt us. I'm not insecure. You ever been in Walmart and you walk in and you pass one of your sisters and she looks at you You know they do that.
Mhm.
Instead of saying, "Hi, sis,
Yeah, what is that?
what is that about?"
You don't even know this person.
Mindset. You know what I do? "Hey, sis, how are you?" And they go, "Hi." We need to grow up. We need to grow up. Mindset is everything.
That gets ingrained in people. Like somehow you teach people come from a background and a foundation of just immediate,
Yeah.
being catty and just,
Yeah.
closed off
Yeah.
and closed minded. And I don't understand
I don't
it.
understand that.
I love when I
crazy.
see women out. And I do, now let me tell you something. What I used to say was, "You having a bad day? Like, what is your problem?" I had to grow from that. That was Jersey City again, okay? So for me, I had to grow, because I had to realize that I didn't have to be in defense about everything, whether it was verbal or nonverbal.
Right.
If I felt like you directed some energy towards me, depending on which Gayl you got. Okay, some of y'all have to understand that.
Right.
I'm sorry, okay? But
Growth is good.
growth is good, and I welcome that. But what I tell you is, I love when I see Black women out, and when it's reciprocated, and you see, but hey, and we speak, it's that person's mindset. Some people come from a foundation of guarded, closed-minded, just face on gas face all the time. And that's a negative energy that's ingrained in them for whatever reason.
Right.
For whatever reason.
Right.
But when you greet them outside of what they expected or what they thought they were going to get from you, and then it changes. And that's why I encourage that. Just kind of change. You can impact the world with little gestures like that. When you just say, "Hey, sis, you look beautiful today. It's so good to see you."
Right.
That seed that you plant in them, you don't have to nurture it. You just got to plant it so that they understand that you don't always have to be like that. Now, are we saying go out here and be talking to all kind of strangers and be in everybody's face? No, that is not what we're saying, because there's some real stuff happening out here. We want you to get home, okay, from which you went. But what we're saying is that your mindset, it dictates how you see people, how you greet people, and you have an opportunity to do it differently.
And it helps you grow.
We welcome growth. But people are scared of growth. You gotta be responsible.
Let's say if you go to a Walmart in the hood and you walk in, you looking good, and they're not used to. Maybe they think you are.
Y'all gonna talk about me. Y'all got on slippers, pajamas, bonnets, white beaters, and your booty shorts in public.
But you know what I do? Man, that little kid with them. Hey, I ain't gonna play with the kid. They don't expect that. But the first thing in their mind, she thinks she cute.
You think I'm cute.
I just went Walmart. Hey, what I go in there for? My 3 Musketeers.
Here she go at confessions. These is her confessions. Y'all got it right here live on TV.
All right, Usher.
She just did a confession.
I'm sorry.
Did you say 3 Musketeers right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I wanted to, talk about is when we get in our mind, we get so deep in our mind that by default, I think we automatically start talking ourselves out of things. When we might have an idea and we get excited about it. And you don't even have to tell anybody for them to tear you down. We tear ourselves down and we start procrastinating. Yes. And we start coming up with all kind of excuses or reasons what we think is logical why we can't do it. We control our mind. And I think we forget that. I think people forget that we are in control of our thoughts and what we feed into. So procrastination is fed by fear. I don't have enough time to do that. Oh, that's going to cost too much money. Oh, I don't know, it's going to be too hard. Baby, we can do hard things. You think of the things that you have done in the past. Some of the things you don't give yourself credit for that you've already conquered. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I do.
You cannot keep worrying about what that word we said we weren't going to say. It's how can I do this? Not I can't do it. How can I do this? You may need to ask for help. You may have to do some research. You may have to get into spaces and places that you tell yourself you won't be comfortable in, but you won't know that until you get in those rooms. You never know who you're going to meet. You don't know how you're going to feel. That's called exposure. Expose yourself to new things because you're not going to do anything new doing old things with old habits. That's not going to happen.
This part of procrastination, because I felt like I was procrastinating on some things. And boss lady said, you haven't procrastinated. You've just been busy. I felt like I was procrastinating. She said, no, you've just been busy. You had this going on, that going on, this going on, that going on. And then when I went back and looked, I said, I already did this. I already did that.
If you go in the sauna and check your stuff off, you'll know what you did, Simpli, Tammy.
So in the midst of me thinking I'm procrastinating, I had already done
Not
some
realizing the progress you've
I've
made.
made. So, that's the mindset and getting busy and moving. And then we talked about way when we began a podcast, sitting down, slowing down.
Be still.
Be still. You can focus. You can see. Because when I went to open up the notebook, what was there? What I said I needed to do. It's already done. So mindset.
It's your mindset, because sometimes we're so used to functioning behind the 8 ball, being behind the gun, and we get comfortable in those places. Again, mindset, you have to retrain your brain, retrain your mind of the things that you're going to accept for yourself. When you have so many tasks to do or even ideas, set rewards for yourself. So when you accomplish a thing, reward yourself. Whether you put extra creamer in your coffee or you make yourself a fried pork chop sandwich with some lettuce, tomatoes, and some salt and pepper, some fries, or you just do something mentally. Go buy yourself a book.
Yes.
Have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Reward yourself when you reach those monumental moments. Because if you don't, your muscle memory is going to feel like you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
If you don't reward yourself and acknowledge your growth and how you're expanding your knowledge and expanding your reach, you're going to feel like you're not doing anything. And I had to tell a friend of mine, celebrate himself, because he didn't do that too often. And, you really don't realize what you have already overcome. And I'm going to close up with saying this, and I had to say this to myself, is that do not keep yearning for yesterday and threatening today with tomorrow. You are in today. Grow through what you are going through. Be in control of your thoughts. Your mindset matters.
It does.
It really matters. So we invite you to leave comments, engage with us, because we definitely read the comments. We answer back. Email us at info@simplysisтерspodcast.com. Go visit our website at www.simplysisterspodcast.com. Tammy has a phenomenal book about to come out. Please go on and get on the list and pre-order. It will bless you. You can go on to my website, IamCoachGaylBenson.com. There is so much coming. We would love for you to join our Simply Circle family so that we can see you outside of the podcast platforms. The time is coming, and it's near that you'll be seeing us at live events, and we'll be at a city near you. So thank you so much. We appreciate you for being here.
Yes.
Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing this with other people. Our goal is to come and bring you the information, the conversations for the soul that most people don't want to have or don't know how to have.
Right.
So if there's something that you'd like us to talk about, or you just want to talk to us about it, email us at our email address. Go into the show notes in the description and reach out to us. We'll be so glad to hear from you.
Yes.
So we're thank you for being here, and we look forward to seeing you all next week for more conversations for the soul, because there is so much to talk about. So make it happen beautifully. See you next week. Bye.